Well, for the first time ever, Buckingham Palace's newly renovated East Wing will be open to the public this summer. Specially guided tours of the principal corridor will run through July and August. The East Wing includes the yellow drawing room, which is decorated with restored Chinese hand-painted wallpaper from the 18th century. It also leads to the balcony, but I'll get to that in a second. In addition, there's the center room, which has a newly restored glass chandelier. The East Wing was added in the 1840s, enclosing what was previously an open courtyard. Joining me now to discuss is Richard Berthelsen, our royal commentator here at CTV. Hello to you, Richard. So talk to us what people could see on the tours, because people will be able to kind of, sort of, get the experience that the royals have by looking through those balcony doors. I can't walk on the balcony, but they can look through?
Yeah, exactly. I think that that's going to be compelling for a lot of people. I mean, I think everyone wants to know what it would feel like to look out. Now, of course, you'd be looking out at a regular London day with traffic and a small smattering of tourists outside the gates, not the masses of people that the royals see on great occasions all the way down the mall and the flags and the fly past and all the rest. But I think people do wonder, what is behind that curtain? What is behind that door when they look out, when they see the royal family up there, and they're going to have a chance to do that. And of course, some other rooms that they've seen on television that the king has recorded his messages. The Queen famously from the Yellow Room recorded her message on the death of Diana, Princess of Wales. So those rooms are quite well known to people. They just don't realize it. So it's very interesting that the palace has done this. The palace has had tours for quite some time. That program is being expanded quite a bit under King Charles. And so this is an additional expansion.
Right. And you've touched on what was going to be my next question as to why this is being made available. And it's part of a bigger strategy by the king for the royals, for their homes to be more accessible to the public.
That's right. Well, the royal family doesn't use Buckingham Palace all the time. And of course, the king's not living there at the moment as this massive program of restoration of the palace. It's a 10-year program. This is the completion of its 7th year. So there's two things going on here. The Royal Collection Trust, which maintains all the paintings and artwork that's in the palaces, is publicly funded through these tours and through souvenirs that people buy at the Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle gift shops. The Royal Collection Trust went into a deficit during the pandemic. Not surprisingly, they didn't have tours. People weren't coming to see the palaces. So they're trying to make up for that. But the king also wants to have the palaces much, much more accessible, particularly when the royal family is not in residence. Putting that corridor is really quite an extraordinary thing, because it really is the connecting corridor for a lot of offices and also staterooms that are on the front facade of the palace.
And Balmoral, where the Queen died, is also going to be open to the public, Richard?
Yeah, Balmoral is privately run, so it's a different issue. It's personally held by the king as a real estate holding, as a landowner. And you have been able to go to Balmoral Castle and see the grounds. I've been there. It's the most astonishingly beautiful place. You just want to walk and walk for days and days on the mountains and the hills around Balmoral. The castle itself has not been open to any great extent. You used to be able to see the ballroom and a corridor. Now they're going to open up some of the rooms again. Very famous rooms that we've seen the Queen receiving visitors, notably on virtually her last day, and other rooms in the castle. Now, that's a very pricey tour, but I think for people who've managed to get all the way to Balmoral, which is a very, very isolated part of Scotland, they might want to add on that extra £100 to see a peek inside the rooms that the royal family actually use when they are in the castle, which is really only from August to October.
Well, the tickets for Buckingham Palace are selling like hotcakes. So there's no shortage of interest, Richard.
That's right. £75 for the palace, that extra corridor, plus the other tour fee, £100 plus the tour fee at Balmoral. I mean, you've got to have some deep pockets to get those tours.
Richard Berthelsen for us. Good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.